What up, teasers? Your man is back with another video on Blessed Unleashed, coming up after this. Welcome back to the game of Blessed Unleashed, and well, this video is not like my usual guides. This is more of a 1 week on, what are we up to, and what do we think of the game. So, all in all, after a week of playing, I have found that, well, for a free MMO on the PlayStation, it is a rather solid game. It is definitely well worth a look. Even if you're not into MMOs, it might be something to fill your time. For someone like me who enjoys their MMOs, I am seriously and thoroughly enjoying this game. It's not World of Warcraft, and to be honest, I'm quite glad of that. There's a lot of things that World of Warcraft gets right, but there's also quite a lot that it gets wrong, in my opinion, and we won't get into that. That's another video, another point in the future. So, what have I learnt about this game? Well, for a start, gear score is everything. It doesn't matter whether you're level 1 or level 40, as long as you've got the gear scores to do the damage, you can do pretty much most things in this game. Obviously, if your gear score isn't high enough, you're going to get your backside handed to you on a platter, and in a very, very fast time at that. What else is there in this game? Teleposts. Whenever you see a telepost or a soul pyre, pick it up. Well, not literally pick it up, but you know, go and discover it, learn it, whatever they want to call it is, because that is two serious things that will help you out throughout this game. Obviously, the teleposts are getting around, and a soul pyre is always good when your bags are getting full and you need to get rid of some stuff, or if it's a case of you just need to sit down and heal or cook some food because you know you don't want to use your potions. Oh, hang on, there's a read me here. If you get read things, get them read, because there are certain parts of the campaign that require you to read a certain amount of objects. Little tip for you there. The dungeons and the layers and the abyssal dungeons and the trials and all the other ones that they call them, as soon as you get a high enough level for them, don't jump in straight away, because guaranteed as soon as it becomes unlocked, within a mission or two's time, you're going to get a mission to go in there. So why not just wait until you've got that mission, get the double rewards from it, and that way then it makes it a little bit more worthwhile. Obviously afterwards, once you start out leveling it, there's no real need to go back unless you need the soul fragments, which you need for crafting from that particular place, or you just need some gear for fail stacking. Invasions, again, if you've got the gear score to do them, do them. If you haven't, then avoid them, because you're just going to make things harder for the other players that are going along to do them. But they are still a good way of leveling up. Even if you just get one hit in on the boss, just be careful, because the mobs there are going to seriously bend you over and spank you like a bad little boy or girl or whatever you choose to be. The missions they come through at points, they come through thick and fast and furious. Other times you are literally running around the map trying to figure out where the heck they are. This one at the moment, I've got to speak to this guy and then kill him. I've got to burn bodies of a massacre to stop them rising as the undead. But one thing I will say is learn your combos. If you want to get the most damage out of your character, that is the way forwards. And also learn your class skills, because every class is different and their class skills are vastly different as well. When it comes to your classes, there's no real set tank, healer, DPS role, although saying that, the only ones who can heal others are the priests. But when it comes to tanking and damage dealing, they're all fairly good as one another. Obviously, the metal wearing characters are going to have more defense, but if you build your character right with the right gear, the right runes, then you can be fairly tanky and still push out a decent amount of damage. The only thing is, I found where it really makes a difference is in PvP. I found the likes of Crusaders are very good at maintaining and holding on to points. What the hell? Oh, it's another player. Whereas they're not so great for damage dealing because their combos take a while. And yes, they have the stuns, but for the time that the stuns worn off, they're about halfway through their combination, and the person they're fighting can just get away. So they're more of in PvP, they're more of a support, but in dungeons, they are good for the bonus to damage and the defense bonus buffs that they can give their teammates. Mages are just OP, and a quick tip for you: if you see one of these guys, batter him. He's a good source of gold, fort stones, and getting yourself some easy upgrades or upgrade materials for your gear. They will run off and disappear after a short while. The boxes they drop disappear after about 40 seconds, so it is wise to grab them. You know, the boxes contain a small amount of gold. Sometimes they have the upgrade stones in them, and when you finally defeat him, you know, it kind of gives you a bigger box with some slightly better rewards in. So all in all, you know, if you ever see these guys, they are a random event. They don't appear that often, so it's well worth it. Sorry, I'm probably going to lose my train of thought while I'm doing this because I want the gold and I want the runes that he drops. So I'll just deal with this quickly because
other times you are literally running around the map trying to figure out where the heck they are. At this one moment I've got to speak to this guy and then kill him. I've got to burn bodies of a massacre to stop them rising as the undead. But what I will say is learn your combos. If you want to get them.
Yes, I know I've taken quite a lot of damage, but we also pulled the area boss at the same time, so he was wailing on me as well, which meant I am now in a bad way. So nice little healing orb. By looks at someone else is taking him on, so might as well get a free couple of hits on him, and that way then when he dies, because there's a lot of people here, it just means I get a chance at the reward as well. Let's hope I don't die from this, because he does hit really hard. As you can see, this is not just your standard mob. This is what they call an area boss. Obviously, because the amount of health he takes to drop, and you also need to kill these guys for the soul fragments they drop, because you'll need them for crafting your end level gear. You'll need them for crafting potions, and you also need to trade them in for various other items throughout the game, which at the moment I can't remember because I'm trying to deal with this. There we go, that's him down. So yes, this video has been a bit of a cluster, but hey, never mind. You know, it's what you get for making a video and playing at the same time. So let me put myself somewhere a little bit safer, and we can then go over what we've learnt in this last week of Bless. So yes, Bless Unleashed, first week review. Is it a solid MMO? Yeah, it's fairly solid. Is it free? Yes, it's still free. There are parts that you can pay for with real money, but that again is your own choice. The initial game, you can play it for free without having to spend a penny. Is there a lot of quests and missions to do? Yes, there are your main missions for the storylines, and there are side missions, and these are broken down into campaigns where you can earn rewards by completing various stages of the campaign. And some of these rewards are rewards that you'd have to pay real money for. So it's quite good that they include that. Dungeons, layers, challenges, arenas, battlegrounds, PvP. It is an open world PvP game. However, there are battleground maps as well, and there are the different types of dungeons that range from 2-player to 5-player, and various difficulties. Obviously, it scales with your level, scales with your gear score, and then you've got the abyssal dungeons on top, which are just that next level of extra. Um, then you get invasions into the world, which there are certain requirements for, which I'll cover in another guide. But whenever they appear, then if you get a chance to, go along and do them. At least get a hit on the bosses for the drops, so that way then you at least get some of the good juicy stuff. And like you just saw there, the treasure shibiki, they pop up randomly. Good source of gold, good source of the enhancement materials. So yep, whenever you ever see one on your minimap, go and join in on beating the living snot out of him. But all in all, would I rate this game as something playable and enjoyable? Yeah, especially if you can get yourself into a good guild, with a good active guild with a good bunch of people. You can have a good time, a good laugh, and the game is immensely enjoyable. So marks out of 10, I'd give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. So if you want something to do, you're looking for something new to pick up, or you're just a big MMO fan, give it a try. It's free. What have you got to lose apart from a bit of time and a bit of effort? So until the next time, have fun, good luck, enjoy.